Example 1. In the relation, we have to make n the subjects. Okay, so our solution will be this. We have t is equal to m multiplying the square root of n squared plus 4r. So we divide through by m, and that will give us this. Now we have to get rid of the square root, so we square both sides. So we square both sides. And that will give us t over m all squared is equal to n squared plus 4r. Now we have to make n stand alone, and so we have n squared is equal to t over m all squared minus 4r. So we need to also get rid of the square, and that we have to find the square root of both sides. So that's this, and that the square here will cancel the square roots, giving us n is equal to square root of t over m all squared minus 4r. Now the second part of the question says we should put 25 in place of t. So 25 for t, we are putting 5 for m and then 4 for r. So we substitute as required. And so we get our t, which is 25, divided by our m, which is 5. And they are all squared. Minus 4, and then our r is also 4. So this is what we get. Our n becomes 5 goes into 5 once, goes into 25 5 times. And that will give us root of 5 squared minus 4 is 16. So our n squared will be root of 25 minus 16, and that will give us root 9, which is 3. So our n is equal to 3. It's as simple as that. Example 2. We are making Q the subject in the relation thus. Okay, so our solution. We have r is equal to f over 2 plus bracket open f squared over 4 plus q squared, which we have to make the subject all to the power half. Let's bring f over 2 on this side, and then we have f squared over 4 plus q squared all to the power half. Now we have to get rid of the half, so we square both sides. So r minus this is equal to all squared is equal to f squared over 4 plus q squared, everything here to the power half times 2. Then we will get r minus f over 2 all squared is equal to f squared over 4 plus q squared. That is, we've gotten rid of the half, exponent half. The next thing is to also make sure q stands alone. So q squared is equal to r minus f over 2 squared minus f squared over 4. So that's it. Now we have to find the square root of both sides. So our q squared square root of it will be the square root of r minus f over 2 all squared minus f squared over 4. So finally our q is equal to square root of r minus f over 2 all squared minus f squared over 4. So that's our final answer. And then we are supposed to do some substitution. We are putting 4 for f and then 5 for r. So our q is equal to square root of r is 5 minus r f is 4 over 2 all squared minus 4 squared over 4. So our q here becomes square root of 2 goes here, 1 goes here twice. So 5 minus 2 will give us 3 squared here minus 4 also goes here, 1 goes here 2. So it goes here 4 times. So here we have minus 4. So our q is going to be 9 minus 4, which is root 5. And that's root 5 will be 2.23607 and so on. And the question says you have to find correct to 3 significant figures. Let's take notes. And so our first significant figure is this, second, third. We end at 3. However, the 6 next is more than 5, so we include it. And that will give us 2.24 as our final answer. Example 3. We have this relation here, and then the question says we are to make y the subject. Okay, so our solution. We have p is equal to 2x multiplying square root of q multiplying 1 plus r squared over y squared, and then they are all divided by s. So the first thing we are going to do is to divide through by 2x. That will give us p over 2x is equal to square root of q multiplying 1 plus r squared over y squared, everything divided by s. Okay, so now the next thing we have to do is to get rid of the square root sign. So we square both sides, getting p over 2x squared is equal to square root of q multiplying 1 plus r squared over y squared all over x, then we square it. That will give us p over 2x all squared is equal to, now we've gotten rid of the square root, so we have q multiplying 1 plus r squared over y squared, and so that is it. We go ahead, we divide through by q, and that will give us p squared over 4x squared divided by q, and that's going to be equal to q multiplying 1 plus r squared over y squared also divided by q, and so the q gets to multiply 4x squared. So I have p squared over 4q 4qx squared, giving me 1 plus r squared over y squared. Okay, now we move the 1 to ensure we have r squared over y squared on one side. So that's b squared over 4qx squared minus 1. Now we want to reciprocate, but before that we can write the second side, the right side, differently as b squared. Then we find the LCM, use it to multiply them, and that will give us minus 4qs squared. Then everything is divided by 4 qs squared. Now we reciprocate to get y squared over r squared is equal to 4qs squared divided by b squared minus 4qx squared. Okay, now we multiply through by r squared. That will give us y squared is equal to 4q r squared x squared divided by b squared minus 4qx squared. Now what we do next is to find the square root of both sides, and so that will give us y is equal to the square root of 4q r squared s squared divided by b squared minus 4q x squared as our final answer. So that's it. The B part of the question says we have to substitute. So this one, we are not substituting into what we had. It's a different expression given. So we were given the expression 2mn squared x divided by 3m minus n. And we are told m is 3, n is negative 2. So we have 2, m is 3, n is negative 2, and then it is squared. And then our x is also negative 1. We multiply them. Then we have the denominator m is 3 minus our n, which is negative 2. So when we simplify, we get 2 squared is positive 4. And that will give us 2 times 3, which is 6, times positive 4, which is 24, times negative 1. So that will be negative 24. Divided by 339 minus negative 2. That will be 9 plus 2. And so that will give us negative 24 over 11. And then 11 goes into 24 2 times. So 2 whole numbers, remember 2 over 11 as our final answer.